Hey, what's up? Serpentine here, taking a look at the real-time strategy game The Hive, the first game developed by Skydome Entertainment. After Earth is destroyed, only a select few remain to repopulate the distant planet of Eden. Unfortunately for them, the planet is already inhabited by a Zerg-like hive that is rising to power. While that introduction might have you thinking you play as the human side, you'd be wrong as you take on the role as the Hive Mind leading your hive to power over Eden. You'll be facing off against the various local wildlife and civilizations of Eden as you head for the surface. Units available in your arsenal cover all the basics, with a worker able to gather resources and build structures, both a ranged and melee unit, as well as a commanding queen unit. These are your basic units throughout the game, but you are able to unlock more advanced or specialized units, including a medic and a wasp. The game keeps things fairly simple though, even opting for squad play like Dawn of War rather than single unit play like StarCraft, which allows you to 1. Control your units in battle a lot easier, and 2. If 3 members of your squad die, you can just heal them back rather than spending more resources and time to get another unit out, but it does eliminate the micro playstyle. There are a couple of things that the Hive does differently though. Firstly, mining resources have been traded in for hunting. Basically, your workers will go out and kill some of the weaker wildlife, or go fishing, and harvest them for food, your base resource. Not really a game-changing difference, but still. Secondly, you can actually collect items out in the world and have an inventory. This is your main source of DNA, your unit upgrade resource. But there are also equipable items that you can get and give to one of your squads, providing some nice stat increases and bonuses over 6 different equipment slots. The equipable items will stay with your inventory after each mission, however your leveled up units won't. Lastly, the Hive isn't just about 2 armies going at it with the aim to destroy the opposing base. There are a couple of different game mechanics, particularly puzzle mechanics consisting of large whole room based mazes, and even some point and click aspects where you have to find certain items strewn across the environment. The start of the game, or at least the first 3 levels, the enemies don't really have any kind of base, nor seemingly any want to apply pressure to you, giving the game the appearance of no real urgency. However, in the later levels, the game does start to challenge you a little bit more, with bases continually churning out enemies and sending them to yours. Even at the later levels though, the game is extremely macro heavy, requiring you just reach the population cap and then just push to victory. If they all die, that's okay, because you can just start making another population capped army without any real difficulty. There is one factor though that will prevent you doing this over and over, and that's resources that you will eventually run out of, but for most of the game you'll have more than enough. The Hive's gameplay is a little bit too simplistic, at least for my taste, with the low level of available units, no unit abilities, and most of the fighting just requiring you to bounding box all your units and just attack clicking on an enemy. There are attempts at providing the game with more depth, like the DNA unit upgrade feature, but it honestly feels a little bit overdone in terms of it being unnecessarily convoluted, requiring you to collect items and deconstruct them for the DNA points. It would have been easier if picking up the item automatically converted it to DNA points, as there isn't really any other use for them. The spectacle of battle isn't really there either, with no explosions to marvel at or any attack animations that feel really powerful. And this is the same for both your units and the enemies, just feeling really underwhelming in battle. The backdrop to the fighting, however, is actually quite beautiful, on some of the levels being extremely bright and colourful, but again the characters on screen are fairly average, along with their pretty average animations too. Altogether, The Hive is a fairly basic real-time strategy game that is missing key elements that make the genre challenging and exciting, while convoluting some of its other mechanics unnecessarily. The start of the game is a little bit slow too, especially for anyone already familiar with the mechanics of the genre. If you're after a more laid back and simple RTS, then The Hive might be of interest to you. Anyway, that's been my player preview for The Hive. The game is currently available via Steam Early Access for $19.99 or your regional equivalent. It has plans to release sometime this year. If you want to find out more about the game, check out the links below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.